1307, the King of France rounded up the Knights Templar, right?
Yeah.
So that became bad luck. Well, who was that bad luck for? It was for them. Oh, okay. So these symbols is all about them. So now you know the 1099 form, right?
Yeah. Right.
That was the year the Knights Templars conquered Jerusalem. So now you're like, wow, look at that. So then I'm watching History Channel, and the guy showing a picture of King Solomon's temple, and he was explaining how the Knights Templars excavated around the walls of the temple, and against one of the walls there was a 3,000-foot street, and it was called Wall Street.
Yep. So you can see this trace. So what we need to do, the way you're seeing the symbolism, when we put this charter together, we can do our version of it, that would put us where we need to be to let them know that we have a charter,
Otherwise you default in all those presumptions.
That's the whole deal here, because most people probably want to be governed. Okay. And if that's what they want, they've got it. But us that want to be ye separate, we need to put this charter together and get it together, send it out, and record it in the local county. And, then notice whoever needs to be noticed, like Secretary of State, Department of Defense, whoever.
The first thing you got to understand is why you're here and who you're here for and all that stuff. And, we found there was a documentary, and in it was a prominent Jesuit wrote in a Jesuit magazine that the United States was built for sinners because there's not enough saints to worry about. So
yeah, right.
So this whole system is set up for the sinner. The court rooms are all for sinners and everything. So, all right. So if that's the case, I got to get out of there, right? And the best way to get out of there is to do a territorial jurisdiction notice to get away.
Yes, and that makes so much total sense. Okay, because right now we're just loose cannons, aren't we?
Well, there's no notice to them.
That's right.
That you've come out of her.
That's right, and that's key. If you don't notice them, then you haven't done your part.
You gotta put their feet to the fire, man. I'm not your property.
Right. Because they get to assume if you don't set the record straight. It's your record, and it's up to we, the people, to set it straight.
All those state courts are for state employees who've taken an oath of office. It's not for the ones who haven't taken the oath. It's for the ones who have taken the oath.
No, man, this is so fantastic that we know this now.
And that's a personal jurisdiction there.
Yeah. I know. And
where is the contract? Please, show me where it's at. Otherwise, what gives that judge the right to put this body in jail? That would be involuntary servitude. Where is that at? Where does that line end?
Yep. And also the court is pretending to be a ministry, and then they're leasing back that court from the county, aren't they? Aren't they pretending it like that? Like the county and the people own it, that building.
What it is.
All right, that's actually all irrelevant what they're doing. All they have to do is show where the one who initiated the proceedings, did he have the right to do it on the dirt he did it on?
There you go.
That's it. I don't give a shit who they're leasing courthouses from.
Right.
Crap. That's all junk in your mind.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it don't matter, but that is the way they play it.
None of my business.
It's right here, man.
It's not my interest. It's not my problem.
All right. This is, what is this one? This one is Wilson Writer's gear not reported in me. All right, someone sent this over by last law. Okay, this is what the court decided. The appellant is correct that the trial court had subject matter jurisdiction only if it had territorial jurisdiction. End of fucking story.
Wow. There you go.
End of it.
Geez, we were right on the right track all along.
Yes.
Lex, way to go.
End of everything else. If they don't have territorial jurisdiction, they can't have subject matter jurisdiction because the offense never occurred in a territory to which those laws and statutes and codes and other shit apply.
So the one has to qualify you to the other.
And here it is right here. A municipal court, which is all these fucking courts, have subject matter jurisdiction only if an action has contact with the court's territorial limits because the subject matter of the action is located within the court's territorial limits, because at least one defendant resides within the court's territorial limits, or because at least one defendant has been served within the court's territorial limits.
Where is that? What's that cited out of, Boris?
This court case right here, Wilson's versus Gear Limited, it says not reported. I don't know what all that means, but this is from Westlaw.
Can you drop that document in the chat, please?
Yes,
All right,
Thank
so
there it
Looks
is
like-
right there. So if you don't, if the crime didn't occur in their territory, they don't have subject matter jurisdiction and it's got to get rid of it.
all right, so
No.
basically two now, if you take an oath, they only still have jurisdiction over you to, when you're at work, not at home.
Yeah. But what they're gonna do when you're outside in other lands, they're gonna assume you're representing the United States in other lands because you're acting in a public capacity.
That's why they charge you tax when
That's
you
why-
don't live in the country.
That's why, yeah, that's because any source derived. But so now when you do, it's about the territory. So the trial court only has subject matter jurisdiction if it had territorial jurisdiction. So when they come up with a definition of state, like we'll use Florida. What was it?